Hi everyone. Today I want to show you my most worn items of 2024. These are not necessarily my favorite items that I purchased this year. My favorites tend to be not necessarily the things that I wear the most often, but these are the items that I've worn time and time again, so much so that I've sometimes bought multiples. I personally love watching these kind of videos because it's the ultimate endorsement and recommendation of items. When an item has been well worn, have been purchased multiple times, it gives me a lot of confidence as a consumer to know that that's something that I may like as well. When I was preparing this video, the first item that I thought of immediately were the Levi's 501 90s jeans. I love these so much that I have four pairs in like a dark gray wash, perhaps like the most true green wash of cream wash that I'm wearing right now. And my latest purchase was this pair that have really wide cuff bottoms. So I bought the blue ones and the beginning of the year and loved them so much that I had to stock up on more. Everyone has different body types and different preferences of what they like to wear. So I want to give you a little bit of context as to why these are my favorite. Levi's 501 Originals are probably the pair that everyone talks about the most, but doesn't work for me. I would say I have relatively a normal waist to hip ratio, but with a smaller butt. And for some reason, the 501s just never looked good on me because they creased at my hip in a way that just was really not flattering. I tend to prefer high-waisted jeans because they just elongate my legs and I'm always trying to look taller as I'm only 5'5". However, the 501 90s are actually mid-rise. I was a little skeptical about buying mid-rise, but what I've learned is that mid-rise is actually incredibly comfortable, more comfortable than high waist, because when you sit, it doesn't come up to your like ribs or like pinch at your waist. I think with high-waisted pants, I tend to like the pants to be a little bit more fitted, so it accentuates my waist. But with these, I went for a size bigger than my usual size, at least for Levi's. I bought them in size 25. So they're a little bit roomier and they are incredibly comfortable when I sit down, which I do a lot of as somebody who works on their computer all day. So they've been incredibly comfortable. I like that they are not so wide legged that they're a statement pair. Width is really perfect for loafers, ballet flats, and skinnier sneakers, which are currently in style. And I bought them in length 32. I'm 5'5". My preferred inseam for pants is 31. But these only come in 30 and 32, I believe. And 30 didn't just allow me that pooling at the bottom that I love when it comes to jeans. So I absolutely love them. They don't have any stretch, but they do soften with every wear. I cannot recommend these enough. So if you have a body style like mine, perhaps try them out. The second thing that I've worn a lot this year are actually these tank tops. These are from Banana Republic, and this is not a brand that I shop very often in, but I got an ad served, and they had these cotton ribbed tank tops in these beautiful autumnal colors that I wanted to try out. These are just two of the many that I have. I wanted to bring these out because I think these colors are beautiful. I'm always on the lookout for really high quality basic items. And by falling in love with those 50190s, one thing I realized was that all my tank tops were a little bit too cropped for me. So I found these and I think they're incredible because they are the perfect weight. They're thick enough to feel substantial, to not show all the lumps and bumps, and to be able to wear them without a bra, which is like a really big thing that I look for when it comes to tank tops. But they're thin enough that they're still cooling and I didn't feel overwhelmed wearing them in really hot weather. I typically wear extra small or small in the top if I wanted a fitted look. And I bought these tank tops in extra small. I find that Banana Republic kind of fit a little bit on the larger side. And they're still kind of loose on me that they scrunch really nicely and look really effortless. and pair amazingly with my 50190s that I've fallen in love with this year. I don't see a lot of people talking about Banana Republic, but I highly recommend them for their basics. They always have a sale going on as well, so you can get them for a really affordable price. I wear these all year round. In the summertime, obviously, I wear them as tank top, but this is one of my favorite layering pieces when I'm wearing sweaters like this where I don't want to overheat. So, highly recommend. Last year, I completely overhauled my bra collection because I found a model that I actually fell in love with. And they are bras from Neiwei. I have four of them. And these are the only bras that I have other than really specific ones for like deep cuts or like strapless ones. I'm somebody who doesn't really like to wear a bra. I don't really need to. The only times that I wear bras are when I'm wearing something really sheer or when I'm wearing something really tight where I really want to have a really nice line for like a smooth line on my chest. So really bras are functional for me rather than something aesthetic or sexy. I saw a lot of influencers talk about this Neiwai brand, and I was a little bit skeptical at first, but I ended up pulling the trigger because I love the fact that they're one size fits all. I also like that the cups were not removable. I think we all know that pain, putting like sports bras in the wash and having the cup separate or come out or wrinkled. So I tried these. I really like that they are V-neck so that if I do wear something a little bit low cut, they don't show as much. I love how wide the back is so that it doesn't show any lumps and bumps. And really the only adjustable part is the shoulder strap, which is the most important part, I think. These have served me so well. Do I feel the most sexy in them? No. Do I care? No. I ended up getting rid of all my other bras and just kept these four. And I will wear them until I get tired of them and I will replace them with the exact same thing. Next, my most worn coat, which is a pretty big deal in my wardrobe because if there's one item of clothing and accessory that I love to buy are coats. In 2024, the most worn coat was this long puffer from COS. It's actually a quite thin puffer, so it packs really well when you're traveling. It's really lightweight, and it's just the perfect amount of insulation that I need for Northern California. I love wearing long coats for two reasons. One is that I think it's the most flattering in elongating you, and also it keeps your legs warm. So it's a win-win. The highlight of this coat is the color, just beautiful deep green that I've had people stop me in the street to ask where I got this coat. I found that surprisingly, this color goes with anything that I'm wearing. I tend to wear pretty neutral colors, but this green has been so versatile. I'm pretty sure COS releases a coat like this every year in different colors, so I keep an eye out. But I also think it's a completely unique design in that you can probably easily find long puffer coats like this in the color of your choosing. COS has European sizing. I think this is actually equivalent to a 36, which a lot of brands make it US 4, but I tend to wear US 6 in COS because I find them to be a slightly smaller than US sizing. Also, with jackets, I think it's always better to size up. I really bought this to be a functional coat for when the weather's really cold and I'm going for a walk or a hike, but it ended up being something that I wear out and about all the time. The bag I wore the most in 2024 was this bag from J. Crew. This is the Berkeley bucket bag. And these come in multiple colors, finishes. Some of them are like half suede, half leather. But I bought this in just a black leather. And I have to say, I have a lot of bags. A lot of them are designer. And if I had to just pick one bag to wear for the rest of my life, I think it would be this one. There are a couple of reasons why I love this. First of all, I love that it's got a long shoulder strap. So if you wear a thick coat, your arm slides in really easily. I love that it has no metal. So it doesn't really matter whether you're wearing like silver or gold that day. But what that also means is that it allows the bag to be incredibly lightweight. I tend to prefer softer bags like this because when you do wear it on your shoulder, it's really comfortable under your arm rather than something rigid. Also, I love the fact that it's really deep. This bag has no closure, but because of its depth, even if I stuff it, I still feel like it's pretty safe and that no one can really reach in because my stuff will only come up to here. I've thrown this bag around everywhere. I put it on the floor. I've shoved it under the seat in the airplane. And I've seen really no wear and tear. If anything, the leather has gotten softer and more beautiful. The piping is great. Inside its canvas line, it does have these two strings that you can tie the bag with, but I never use it. I would love to add another color of this bag to my collection. Just don't know what yet, but I highly recommend this bag if this is the kind of bags that you love. Last but not least are a pair of shoes. These are Keens. Keens is a brand that I really never paid attention to because I always thought of them as hike wear until I went to Korea and I saw that Keen is seen as almost like streetwear. So I started kind of paying attention to the brand and they released this model in the second half of the year. So I haven't worn these all year round, but since I've purchased them, I've worn them religiously. I think they're called the Housers, but I mean, I'll leave the details down below. What I love about these, they look great with my favorite jeans, which are the 50190s. They're chunky enough that they're very comfortable, but they're slim enough that they're not overwhelmingly like dad shoes. They're slip-ons, but they come up a little bit in the back, so they actually feel kind of secure. I walked in these when I'm traveling up and down the hills of San Francisco so many times, and they've never felt loose. I find that when I wear slides sometimes, you feel like you have to almost flex your legs or flex your feet to make sure that they stay on. You don't have to do that with these. Also, they're incredibly good travel shoes because they're comfortable, but also they're so easy to slip in and out of. So when you're at the airport or when you're on a long haul flight, these are incredible to have them on. Keens fit true to size. I got this in US 6.5 and they fit perfectly. I also love styling these with leggings and leg warmers because they still have that chunky feel that I love to juxtapose when I'm wearing something a little bit tighter on the bottom. I absolutely love these and would be open to adding a black pair to my collection because I love black shoes. I can't recommend these shoes enough. They are cute, incredibly comfortable, and incredibly versatile. So that's it. These are my most worn items of 2024. I hope you had a good year, and I'll see you next time.